Financial Issues, American Family Radio Network. My name's Dan Celia. It's great to be here. Hey, folks, the Dow is down 46 right now. That's about at its lows. So still trending downward, down 46. The S&P's down 5. So everything in negative territory right now. I've not looked at oil in a little bit, but I will get a look at that. Oil is still hanging in there, 108. So it looks like it could go below 108. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It is 108, but it's 108.54. I had a bad number there. I had 108.07. So it's headed back up, but it's still negative compared to where it was at the close yesterday. So it looks like 108.54 may be about the best we're going to get today. Anyway, folks, we're going to get right back to the phones. Before I do that, I want to remind you again, today's our last day. It's our last day. It's our last push to get the Word of God into schools. I know everybody listening to me. I know everybody listening to me knows a teenager that they can give a free Bible to. And I want you to call and get it. It's Youth for Truth Week. It's a Youth for Truth Bible. It is designed specifically for teenagers. And you've heard some of the things I've said about it. It is incredible. Wait till you see it. When you get it, before you give it away, take a quick look at it. But give it to a student. If you know a student in church that is a believer, give it to them, or give it to him or her and say, give this to a non-believer at school. Get the Word of God into schools. 670,000 Bibles have been given to school students, teenagers, in the last 10 years. We're trying to do 60,000, and we, American Family Radio, trying to do 60,000, and we're way below our goal as of last night. We've never had any trouble meeting our goal, and I don't want this year to be the year when this year is a year that we need it more than ever. Would you call 800-733-4737, or you can go to afr.net. These Bibles are impacting students around the nation in a positive way. And Devin, I know you've got some testimonies that we've received, pages of testimonies. I want you to pick one and read a testimony from one of the students.
Yes, we do. This Bible is written and put together, the graphics, everything, specifically for the high school students so that it will be attractive to them, so they will want to read the Bible. And one of those testimonials we received was from Kim in Shelby, Ohio, and she said, "Thank you for creating the Truth for Youth Bible. A Christian friend of mine heard about this on American Family Radio and got one to give to me. As a result of this, I committed my life to the Lord. The Truth for Youth Bible really makes sense, and the comic stories deal with the struggles I've been having. I want to ask, please make certain that young people all over the nation receive these Truth for Youth Bibles. Thank you so much." Just one more of the testimonies, the dozens that we have of people that have their lives have been changed, either came to Christ or some that have been raised in Christian homes. They know about Christ, but have, to peer pressure or whatever it might be, strayed away from living for Christ. And this Bible has made the difference in bringing their focus back to Christ. It's designed especially for them, and it's very easy to receive one, to give to your youth, to give to their friends at their school.
Well, folks, it doesn't get any better than that. Thanks, Devin. I appreciate that. And, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, look, suppose the Bible you buy or get for free, you may buy others, but the Bible that you get is the Bible that ends up in the hands of someone like that student that Devin just gave testimony to, that read her testimony, and will come to the saving grace of Jesus Christ. Look, ultimately, folks, I'm here to talk about stewardship, right? And I tell people at my town hall meetings, forget everything I say. It's all irrelevant. If we don't first understand 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 1 and 2, if we don't first understand that whether we like it or not, because it's a scary responsibility, but whether we like it or not, we have a responsibility to be first and foremost a steward of the gospel of Jesus Christ before anything else. You're trying to be a steward with God's money. How about you first and foremost stand on the foundation of being a steward in your stewardship responsibilities of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Here's a great way of doing that. Because we can't all be preachers, teachers, pastors, missionaries, but we can all use maybe some of our money as we give to the proclamation of the gospel in our churches, and as we give to other ministries. And here you can get one for free. We just ask you to make the phone call or to go to afr.net, and find out about Truth for Youth Bible, or call 800-733-4737. 800-733-4737. Nothing I talk about on this program, in my opinion, is more important than that. I hope you will participate. My listeners are always so faithful, so great to jump in on these things, and I hope you'll do that. Let's get back to the phones, 866-300-9298. Let me go to Aaron. Aaron's calling us from Georgia. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Dan. How you doing, man?
Good.
Great. Hey, my question is this. A friend of mine came to me this weekend talking about the Iraqi dinar. He was saying that it could be something possibly I could start investing in, and I just want to know, do you think that that's a good thing to try to get into, or do you have any information about it?
Well, here's the thing, Aaron, I'm glad you called. I know a lot of people have this question. Here's the thing. It is not a good investment. It's a scam, in my opinion, and I'm sorry for all those people out there that have already done it. I'm not trying to be offensive to you. You know that's not my nature. I would say that it's a scam. I mean, there have been currency scams been going on since the beginning of time. You know, I go back to the temple when Jesus overturned the money changers. The money changers taking advantage of the currency differences and scamming people. You know, look. It's been going on since the beginning of time, since the beginning of any kind of monetary currency, any kind of monetary system. And this is no different. You know, the idea that so here's the theory, folks, if you don't know about it. But the theory is this is going to make people millionaires. For $500, you can become a millionaire because you're going to buy all these Iraqi dinars, a dollar, I'll say, an Iraqi dollar, for pennies. And that the Iraqi government is going to become stabilized. And when they become stabilized, it's going to happen any day now when you talk to the folks selling these. It's going to happen any day. They're going to become stabilized. And when they become stabilized, they are going to reissue the currency and develop a new currency. And they are going to give you one of their new dollars, which is going to be worth an American dollar, to you for one of your old dollars. It's never going to happen. I shouldn't say never. Anything's possible. But it's not going to happen, in my opinion. It's almost impossible for it to happen. If the new government decided to do that, they would immediately be rated as junk because they would have to put so much money into circulation. Any full faith and credit that they have, because remember, it's all fiat currency. Any full faith and credit they have is going to be out the door. They're not going to be. They may give you, all of that might happen. The government, that is, and the new currency. And they will maybe give you something, but it's going to be $1 for 100 of your old dollars. They're not going to give you a $1 for $1 that's equal to an American dollar. It's not going to happen. It's almost mathematically impossible, and it is going to be impossible. It is going to undermine what the government will, by that point, if it ever happens, has worked so hard to do. So I know they use oil as an example. They have all this oil. Look, it's not going to happen. So I would say the odds are very slim. If you have $400 or $500 to lose and you're okay taking a chance that, you know, Dan said it wasn't impossible and it could happen, and I'm willing to take a chance, and you use money to take that chance that you're willing to lose, then, you know, give it a try if you want. But I would not be investing in it. I think that the hype on it is wrong, and I would not do it. But I appreciate the call on that, Aaron. I hope that gives you some insight. Let me go to Rick in Tennessee. Hey, Rick.
I would not do it. But I appreciate.
Go ahead, Rick.
All
right, let me go to Monica in Wayne in Mississippi. Folks, if you're listening on the radio, it doesn't work. Because by the time you hear that I'm picking your call up, you know, because there's such a delay, you know, I'm on to the next caller. So let me go to Wayne in Mississippi. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, it's my personal belief. The only thing that's going to help our economy is to bring our jobs back from overseas. And other than checking labels, what can I do to, help that?
You know what? You're right about that, Wayne. It's the only thing that is going, or not the only thing, but it's one of the things that we should be focusing on in America. And unfortunately, here's the problem with it, Wayne. Unfortunately, it puts us, the American citizens, in a position where we have got to depend upon government policy to be instituted to make that incentive, make that happen. I believe it could happen. But it's going to take what you can do, Wayne, and what other Americans out there can do is, again, we have got to get our voice heard. And we have got to let our local representatives know that, and our national representatives on the local level know that we need them to stand up for jobs here in America and to bring some of those jobs home. When you have private industry in America having trillions of dollars offshore in foreign bank accounts, now that's where they made the money, okay? And it's still sitting there because they don't want to bring it back here because of the tax uncertainty around it. They are not only letting that money sit over there, they are working on a way that they can move more corporate structure and more corporate manufacturing over there where all their money is. They're not looking for ways to bring it here. They're looking for ways to take more of it over there so that they can use the profits that they have made over there and keep it there by investing it into expanding the enterprises and the manufacturing that they have over there. For some reason, that is a concept that our politicians can't grasp. And I've just explained it in a very easy way to understand, in my opinion. And yet they're not smart enough to understand it. I hate to say it that way. It sounds demeaning, but it is what it is. They can't comprehend that. Now, how do I know they can't comprehend it? Because they're not doing anything. If they comprehended it, then one has to believe if you believe they care about America, then you have to believe that they would do something about it. So the only conclusion that some poor, babbling, conservative talk show host can come to is that they don't comprehend it. I don't know what other conclusion you can come up with. So that's what's got to happen. So you've got to get out there. We've got to get out there and trying to help them because they're slow. They just don't. They're not able to read. We know that because they don't read any bills they vote on. So they when you never read, you kind of lose the. So they can't read anything to try to comprehend it. So we've got to just nudge them along a little bit. I got to stop because I'm getting fired up. Let me go to Monica. Monica in Louisiana. Hey, Monica.
Hello. How are you?
Yes. Good.
So happy to be talking to you. Listen.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My daughter was badly injured in a car accident, and she has a trust fund set up, and I am her trustee. And it is my responsibility to make sure that her money is safe because she will have medical needs, and she does now, but as she grows older, her needs will more than likely increase because it's a lot of orthopedic issues. So I want to make sure that her money is in good hands and is going to be safe. But with all the things that are going on right now, and I get a lot of emails from people who think what these things are like get out of the stock market now. The crash is imminent. Or we think October's the date, but wait, maybe not.
Yep.
And it's just all this craziness constantly going on, and it's, I see it every day, and I sit there and I'm like, God, what do I do? I mean, who do I listen to?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what, Monica, I'm running against the end of the program, so let me talk quickly here. Look, stay conservative. Don't listen. Stop getting the emails. Don't even open them. And let me just tell you that it is volatile, and you have an awesome responsibility there. It's scary. And what you've got to do is you've got to be very conservative. It's got to maintain liquidity. You can't have it invested in gold or something like that that's going to cost you a 40% commission to get out of because you need a few dollars to pay a bill. You can't do that. It's got to be in things that are liquid, and at least 40% of it's got to be in cash. Money market accounts at the bank. Stay conservative. Don't be in investments that are not liquid, and don't be in things that aren't secure. And call me back on Monday or Tuesday, because I'd love to follow through with you on this. Thank you, folks, for being with us. Remember, it's all God's. Let's be found a good steward. God bless.
If we ever forget that we're one